How long have you been at UNCG?
I've been here since August of 1996, 18 years.
Yeah. And you've been in the English department.
I was hired as an assistant professor, got tenure in 2000, and was promoted to full professor in 2008. So took over as department head in August of this year.
So how has the university changed in your time?
University's changed in several ways. It's gotten bigger and then it's gotten smaller. We've certainly seen a pretty vicious round of budget cuts since about 2009 that have had increasingly serious effects on the kind of curriculum we can offer in a given semester. There's been a reduction in graduate courses, a reduction in major courses, and a reduction in 100-level composition courses and general education literature courses. So we've really been forced to streamline our operation in ways that have proven, I think, contrary to the interests of the students here at UNCG.
There's been a reduction in faculty too, right?
Certainly a reduction in faculty. Over the past 5 years, we have seen the loss to resignation or retirement of 7 faculty members, and we have had 1 tenure line hire to replace those 7. So we are down substantially in the number of faculty that we have in the department. We've also seen a reduction in the number of full-time lecturers we have in the department. These are heavy teaching load positions that come with benefits, and we had at our height around 15 of these positions, and currently we're staffed at 5. And so that means that tenure line faculty are increasingly having to teach courses at the 100 level for general education requirements, and that means fewer graduate courses and courses inside the major.
So why do you think this is happening to departments at schools? Like, is this just a thing that's isolated to UNCG or to the UNC system?
I don't think so. I think there has been a particular emphasis on cutbacks in North Carolina. That is, it may be slightly more acute here than elsewhere, but generally the trend in higher education is toward a lower level of funding for state universities. This is a national trend. In the University of North Carolina system, unfortunately, has not been an exception to that rule.
So is there a sense that the reductions and restrictions, that people are facing at universities, is there a sense that it is affecting all areas of study equally, or?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the pure sciences, the arts and humanities, and especially the latter, the arts and humanities, have tended to take a bigger cut. And again, I think this is part of a national trend. There's a sense, I think increasingly, that the purpose of college is training for a particular career. And those majors and fields that cannot point concretely and tangibly to a career outcome have tended to be disadvantaged in that environment.
What would have to happen in order to sort of turn that sense of a university's purpose around?
That's a difficult question. One of the trends in higher education is toward a consumer model. That is, the students are consumers, that they are consuming a product. And if that is the dominant model, one answer to your question is that the consumers are going to have to demand the kind of learning that I value as the head of the Department of English, as an English professor, and that, according to some statistics, the student body is not valuing. That is, they're voting with their feet toward majors with particular career applications or career outcomes. And so to the extent that students and parents can make the case that these are forms of knowledge, these are fields, these are methodologies that we value, the university system will take note. Another part of the solution, I think, is the need for the arts and humanities to describe their value in terms that people can hear. There's been an unfortunate tendency on our part to talk in a kind of ethereal, effusive way about the value of the best of what has been thought and said to talk about a well-rounded individual. Those things have basis in what I would regard reality. And yet, for a large number of our students and certainly their parents, it just sounds like blather. How do we make a pragmatic case for the value of learning that goes on in a history department or a philosophy department or an English department? We need to do a better job of articulating why these fields and methodologies are important, why the knowledge they produce is valuable knowledge rather than merely kind of decorative knowledge.